Hello and welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio. We have a new party member and we are ranked 20th of our popularity. So let's see what the rock has to say. As of yet, thou art but one who hath made a small ripple. In time to come we shall judge if thou art a worthy vessel for our power. To become the true king of this land thou must not fight alone. Together with brave comrades, thou must delve into the possibilities within the souls of the heroes. I know we aren't really aiming for you to become king, but if you're protected by royal magic, I suppose that means we owe your supporters our thanks. Okay, so that's where we are now. We have our new party member in Junah, which is surprising, but cool. I don't know what we're going to do with Junah. Obviously, having another magic user is huge, right? This gives us a lot. Also, it recovers a medium amount of caster's MP each turn. Oh, heavy fire magic to all enemies. Oh, fantastic abilities. AoE fire damage. That's something that is actually great. Also, I just realized wind medium, which is interesting, which means that's not necessarily on the secret tree. Okay. So for Junah, I don't know. What ones are we thinking here? I think mass stance. Well, what do we need for the upgrade as well? You lead level 6. Now, I was about to say I think mass stancer and faker seem like those would be good ones. What do I see below it? But faker. Ah, I see. Well, that does seem to make sense because this is a bunch of supportive skills. These are, again, a bunch of kind of supportive skills plus like a little damage. It does seem like that would make sense. Okay. Also, is this our last path? No, we have this path that we haven't explored and this path. So we have two paths we haven't explored yet. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Also, one thing I forgot to do with Junah last time. Well, I didn't forget. I just didn't do with Junah last time. We're gonna get her the cheapest class. Give me a second. We know she's gonna have faker anyway. Let's just get her faker.
I see.
Right. Study.
Fascinating. This right here.
Yes.
All right.
That's fine.
I'm counting on you. Of course.
Right. Oh, and we get to see this for her. I hear the voices of past hero souls. O worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength, if thou art prepared to embrace the unknown and sow chaos in thy opponent's hearts, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the faker.
Let's go.
Well, if it isn't the faker, weakening enemies, that's my favorite trick. I'll have you in the palm of my hand.
I'll always aim higher.
Okay, so we're going to switch her to faker, and then we're immediately going to switch her back over to mass dancer. Why? Well, what this will do is this will equip her with the best stats available for mass dancer. Now, obviously, we don't have a weapon, so that's still going to be bad, but the rest of the stuff is now high stat items instead. So,
you might say it's to die for.
Although the accessory didn't upgrade either. She also has clothing. Oh ho ho ho! I forgot. Okay. That's interesting that this didn't switch. I guess maybe this one doesn't switch. Oh, Seeker Mask. Equipped to use Seeker skills adds resistance to wind and weakness to fire, mass dancer only. So to use Seeker skills. So how do I know what it does, though? I don't know. I guess I need to know that ahead of time. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, okay. We might want to check Academia out at some point and see what's going on. Anyway. Hello, Junah. Well, that certainly could have turned out worse than it did. All thanks to your engineer, I assume. That crazy uncle-looking chap. Crazy uncle? Neuras, wasn't it? Never seen a man run such a tight ship with a few loose screws of his own. That aside, I wish you all wouldn't stand on ceremony with me. I'm on your side now, truly. 'Tis a bitter setback that we lost the means to break His Highness's curse. Yet 'twould serve nothing to only wallow in dismay. If the only path that remains is slaying Luis, we must seek new strength with zeal renewed. You were fortunate indeed to find an unexpected ally in the midst of hostile territory. Alkenberg had much to say on the fame and accomplishments of both Junah and Rella. I must confess, a near total ignorance of modern trends, and those that set them. What about you? I guess so. Also, I have realized that even though we set out to get the Prince's formula, all we've really got out of this is Junah, and now we're still like pretending to be Luis's follower for reasons unknown currently.
Damn it!
After all we did to get into Luis's good graces and secure the formula, does it weigh on you that all of our efforts have been spit in the wind? Nothing is wasted.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Know that I'm here for you should you ever start to despair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Know that I'm here for you should you ever start to despair. Does it weigh on you that all our efforts have been spit in the wind? Okay, I guess we're here for you if you ever started to despair, as you were mere seconds ago. It's times like this when I'm heartened by Junah's bright positivity. Okay. We're going to the washroom. We gotta clean if we're gonna be part of a group. Yep. 100 XP for us. Wonderful. Go to the pantry. Don't forget to go to the pantry. Oh. Also, I wonder if she has more, she might have more food stuff that we can cook. There are notes about new potential recipes. Sweeter than poison recipe. Cursed love ballad recipe. Secretist of secrets recipe. We can do some. And there's one we can even make. The cursed love ballad. Restores 100 MP and cures hex for all allies. A sweet assortment of fruits and vegetables that can cure even the most insufferable heartache. We're missing turnips there. And Lord of the Lake for this one. Fully restores MP for one ally. Alright, let's make this.
Really?
It's not working right now. Oh, well, why even let me look at it? Okay. I'm assuming we can't do anything, right? Can I go to the loo? I mean, I can, but it's not going to get me anything, right? I just realized.
Right.
Yeah. Can I go to the back deck? No. Can I go down here? Yeah, okay. Hey, I can go to Academia.
Now, where was I?
Let's go. I forgot.
Would you look at this?
Ah, it seems you've another new ally. And this time quite the unexpected character at that. Your ally's awakening has revealed a new archetype called the Masked Dancer. It holds a power both unique and interesting. I prepared a new special experiment to enhance its potential to the highest level.
Now then.
Should you desire to hear more, I have a lecture prepared for you. If you'd like to listen, by all means.
Fascinating.
So you've a new archetype, have you? I expected nothing less. Please do not hesitate to inform me when you wish to study it. Okay. Oh, it's on the other side. There we go. Let's find it. Masked Dancer. Looks like research documents about the Masked Dancer archetype. In times of yore there lived heroes who were renowned for their splendor in beautiful masquerade. Their souls together form the power of the Masked Dancer. Among them the elite who wears masks to draw out their own power, finding new selves within themselves. I dubbed the Persona Master? Really? When I was saying it sounded an awful lot like Personas in the previous episode, I didn't realize quite how correct I was. The Masked Dancer archetype is one and yet multiple and brings out the possibility within itself and can respond to any situation. Obtaining its wide variety of powers comes at great effort and cost. They are not only as strong as their collection of masks. Let no Masked Dancer forget this truth.
Whoa.
So this archetype equips masks to change its resistances and attacks. That means it's really versatile, but only if you can find the masks. So is there a Persona leveling game within this game? Is that... Oh, hello, kitty.
That's a good kitty.
Wonderful. The Special Experiments menu has been unlocked in Academia. Use special experiments to create items that certain archetypes utilize during battle. You can get materials necessary for special experiments from enemies in battle.
Welcome.
You got a
What would you
lecture
care
for
to
me
know?
on it? Yeah, this.
This right here.
Ah, the Masked Dancer. Quite a unique archetype, most notable for its ability to change its powers using various masks. These masks are the source of the archetype's heroic power. They can be equipped freely to change one's skills and even one's elemental resistances. That said, to create these masks requires a ritual I call a special experiment, and you'll need to gather the requisite regions.
All right.
That said, colorless white masks that I shall imbue with shades... That is, colorless white masks that I shall imbue with shades of power. The majority of them you will acquire in battle or within labyrinths.
Please.
I admit I'm excited by the prospect of not only creating them, but laying eyes on them for the first time myself. I do hope you'll find this a worthy pursuit.
What would you care to know?
That's it. So we have a whole bunch now. Okay, what do you need? So the Fool masks, and then one other mask for those ones. Okay, so that's the Fool line, plus a Judgment and a Magician one. Okay. So we can use Adept Seeker skills, adds resistance to wind and weakness to fire. Mage's Mask. Adds a resistance to ice and a weakness to pierce. Okay, resistance to fire, weakness to wind. We should probably just buy, like, these, right? We should just try and get it so we have one of each. And we prioritize the higher ranked ones first. I think that makes sense. Let's make a Magic Seeker's Mask. Oh. We did it. That's even the same mask symbol from Persona. It's wild. I did not see it coming. Let's go with this one. Okay. So that one wasn't purple, but that's because it wasn't the second level. Okay, let's make a Knight's Mask. Okay, I don't know if I'm wasting things by making these masks, but I assume I'm not. Okay. Mage's Mask. Sure. I still don't know what any of the masks do, but that's fine. And we're not making another Seeker Mask, because why would we bother? Unless we get one of these that says it needs a Seeker's Mask, there's no point. So, that's fine. Okay.
I'm looking for...
Yeah, get the general to 15. Okay, that's fine. So now if I go and equip her with these, what happens? So how do I know what these do? I mean, I would assume that this is better than the previous one. Does it say in here? It does! Okay, so these change. Ah, so Cyclone, medium HP recovery, and attack defense for one ally by 2 ranks for 3 turns. Okay. So if I was to switch this to the Mage's Mask, is Blizzcand a magic font? Okay. Interesting. If I switch this to Warrior's Mask, Slicer, critical slice and slash boost. Knight's Mask, Proclamation, shield arts, and half damage taken when ambushed. Thief's Mask, steal. No, Dark Sword, Mood On, and Plunder Magic. Oh. All of the magics. Oh, what's the just the Seeker's Mask? Which must be what we had before. That's Cyclo, Tarokaja, and Tetra Break. Yeah. Okay. Well, this seems pretty good. Yeah, we'll stick with this one for now. So she didn't have wind magic. Wind magic isn't actually part of her archetype, except when she's wearing the mask. Oh, I see. High chance of one hit killing all enemies. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see how that works in the future then, the mask stuff. But we'll leave for now.
You'll come
Yeah.
again.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's definitely intriguing. Especially as they're calling the next level Persona something. Persona Master, was it? Yeah. Very weird. I think our only option is to go to bed, by the way. I'm fairly certain it is, but well, let's see if we can read. Can we read? No?
Really?
Wait, but it said we're in town now. Does that mean we can leave? No. Okay, it's just a weird line. I think we have to go to bed, yeah. Okay. So that must be Junah's there. In which case we only have 5 slots, so therefore we can only have 5 companions in total? Although Heisme sleeps on the roof, now that I think about it. So maybe we can only have 6? Which would imply... Well, unless Nuras has one, but I think he sleeps in the front. Yeah. Okay. Also, whose is each of these? I don't know. Anyway. Let's sleep.
Sure.
Good night.
Rest well. I'm finding it hard to sleep. As good a time as any for some reading, I guess.
Oh, good. You're still awake. What's the matter?
Can't sleep?
Can't sleep?
Well, that is rather the problem. I'm wide awake. Once we're back tomorrow, I'll sneak the formula back into Luis's room. Even if he suspected us, he'd never work out that we got to the capital and showed it to Rella in a single night. He won't find out about our mission.
I probably should have Junah return any Magla keys we got in the Charadrius too, just to be safe. I'll give them to her later.
You know, I'm a bit surprised. I thought I was fine doing all that infiltration at Luis's place. Turns out I wasn't. Finally having others who know the truth, and having gotten to see my sister. I didn't realize how exhausted I am, and you personally saved me from danger back there. I'm terribly grateful to you. You're lucky, really. I'll have you know I'm rarely this candid. That's the forbidden text you mentioned in Luis's room, is it? I've seen him reading it from time to time. What's it like? Can I read a bit of it?
Sure.
The prevailing culture of the world is one of freedom in all things. No faith, fealty, or philosophy enforces ideology. All are free to create, and all are free to embrace those creations. This culture's influence spreads throughout the world. It is even said that a song of peace was powerful enough to bring an end to war. Oh, how inspiring. It's hard to imagine that a single song could be so influential. I wonder what the world would be like if a song really could reach all people's hearts. No matter their status or tribe. We Nydia, we're all liars, you know. Everyone told us we were inherently worthless. Just a fact of our birth. So I learned some glamours to make myself at least look valuable. This form. It's all just a fancy disguise, really. A gilded mask for the world to admire. Or not. No, do forgive me. That was all lies, lies, lies. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to reveal yourself entirely, but you should always have the freedom to. If these new powers are to give form to my ideals, I want to create a world where we can appreciate each other's freedom. I'll make sure everyone hears that in my songs. No matter what happens.
Junah and I talked into the night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Metals Day.
Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound.
Montario.
To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be disqualified.
I forgot about that. But that's good we're in the top 20.
I'd say the results of the exhibition are sure to have spread by now. Let's have a look at the standings, shall we? In first place, the undisputed winner, bane of sea monsters and savior of the people, our very own Sanctifex Forden! And the traitor Luis in second, despite not actually being in the race. But in third, we have the warrior monk captain, Master Guido! Furthermore...
In the end, everyone but Luis is just representing the Sanctus Church.
What's your point? I dare say that's a relief. We'll finally be done with all this chaos. A return to normalcy.
Ha! Normalcy. Funny how it's only the rich who miss how things used to be. But now Count Luis has the people behind him. He'll save the common man.
Yes, we're all keeping our ears out for a response from Luis's faction. But we do have one standout who's seen a stunning jump in popularity since the exhibition. The lad responsible for exposing the sins of the Sanctoress Joanna. Valiant human slayer. Yes, it's the young elder.
Right, wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
Oi, crier man, where's the windbag? The one what acted all high and mighty over a tiny human head.
Who? Oh, right, that Gladel or something. No sign of him, probably saw the writing on the wall and dropped out.
So it really was all talk then. A disgrace to the Russon, hiding his inadequacy behind Luis's authority.
But the boy candidate isn't the only one in the spotlight. We've a rising star by the name of Katharina.
But she was dropping out.
Some big ideas, that girl. I hear she plans to put a price on every wealthy head if she takes the throne.
And what's wrong with that? If they're sitting on most of the kingdom's money, they can afford to hire a little extra security every day. Let them sweat it out.
Now, here's a surprise. We've got a Mustari candidate still in the running. And my sources say they hail from, well, Virga Island.
A pagan island, eh? But they're filthy barbarians. Besides, nobody could compare to Lord Milo.
The final roundup's actually looking pretty diverse. We're just about ready to announce the next leg of the race.
Okay, and...
And that's the bell! Thank you for waiting, ladies and gents. It's time to begin the second round of the tournament for the throne! First of all, congratulations to the 20 who have won their places on the King's Rock. You are now officially the winners of the first round. Let's give them a hand!
No sign of Luis. Even if he does plan to take over, suppose he's still not eager to play by their rules.
I haven't seen Junah this morning either.
I heard some nobles say she had a job suddenly come up. Better that the audience doesn't see her with us, anyway.
Now, at long last, we are ready to announce their next challenge. This time, the task for the candidates is...
Also, before we goes into the task, I'm looking at the people who are up in front, as in the candidates. So we got 4, 8, 12, 30, so we got 17 there, I think, right? I'm just double counting them. 8, 12, no, we have 18 there, which means we're missing Forden. But Godot isn't there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 there. I miscounted. Yes, we have 16 there. That makes a lot more sense. So we're missing Forden, Godot, Luis, And somebody else? Okay, interesting. But what's also interesting is that I bet because we had people drop out the tournament due to us, if they hadn't dropped out the tournament due to us, some of these generic ones in the back row would probably be them, which is kind of intriguing. Oh, Godot's over on the right-hand side. Oh, there you go. Anyway, carry on.
Recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you to hear it from an unforgettable voice. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage our guide, our songstress, the lovely Lady Junah!
Her sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Chosen heroes, your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario. You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land who choose to reject sanctism. They care nothing for salvation. They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario. Please deliver them to their rightful place in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Got a real presence before a crowd, doesn't she? Positively plucks at your heart.
Oh. Focus, Iceland, focus.
By the deadline of the second round, Altaberry will begin the festivities for the autumnal Montario Saints' Day. This two-day event kicks off on Saints' Day Eve, with the main celebrations on the day proper. And this year's event will be historic. His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden, will be personally sealing the collection of the pagan relics. To celebrate, the songstress Junah will be dedicating a ceremonial song. You won't want to miss this, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my mark, let the second round of the Tournament for the Throne begin!
They're unabashedly ordering them to steal relics from pagan land now. That's plunder. They would steal our very culture.
That candidate's a Mustari. Small wonder he's so aghast. Forden's stooping to a new low.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
By and large, the Mustari are a pagan people. Their relics are cultural touchstones, vital to their hearts and faiths. And Forden's just ordered us to loot them as we please.
But in our case, we won't even know what we're doing until Luis gives the order.
Either way, we're bound for Altaberry. It's further east. We've a long trip ahead of us.
Oh, my shoulder hurts. I don't care if it's the Crown Theocracy. You'd think they'd ask me a little sooner than the morning of.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Junah, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Looks like our first job's come in. These men have me running all over. We're back, Lord Luis.
Funny, isn't it? Since the Gladell incident, you've been inseparable from this gang.
Well, one has to keep one's chauffeur in line, don't you think?
Hey,
Heard you got a gig at the Sanctus Festival. Good on ya.
Thanks. Though I don't know if it's worth celebrating. Seems to me it's to keep Lord Luis in check. Putting me on stage the whole time might keep you from crashing their Saints' Day party.
And if we try anything, they'll use it as an excuse to blacklist you. Just the kind of shite you'd expect from those Sanctist stooges.
You need fear nothing. It is Forden who now stews in his dread, and he seeks the divine relics is common knowledge. But who would simply give up an idol on par with the god's reverence? He has all but commanded that we take it by force.
Okay. So what if instead of taking one from the pagans, we take one from the Sanctists and simply give it back to them?
The king's magic ruined his schemes. You humiliated him in the public eye. And in one desperate final grasp for authority, the fool has placed his fate in my hands. Forden's game will soon end. Let us at least give him the finale he deserves.
What are you planning to do?
What are you planning to do?
What? Do you need to hear it repeated? I will give Forden his death.
And what of the king's magic?
You'll see soon enough. For now, you need only follow my orders. Your task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as Dracodius.
Dracodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
Suffice to say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saints' Day, and bring it to me.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Also, do you have any leads for this spear, or are we just meant to go around asking for it?
Rest assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
So, my lord, where can we find this fancy lance?
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight. May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
Okay, I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Let me just see where it is. Are we going to find it at the Mage Academy? I already got Montario. Are we on to the Mage Academy next? It could be a dungeon, I suppose. Anyway. Well, we're back at the inn. So far, the only thing we know for sure is that it's called the Dracodius. I guess we got no choice but to go somewhere else and try to gather more information. Let's go. Okay. Well, let's try and gather some information. Memorandum. Many memorandums. Dedication ceremony. A special ceremony announced by the Crown Theocracy to be the central event of this year's Saints' Day Festival in Montario. By collecting and sealing away dangerous relics scattered throughout the kingdom in the name of Sanctism, the ceremony will relieve the anxieties of the people. Such is its designated purpose, but is effectively a continuation of the exhibition of the Brave held in Brawlhaven, expected to act as the final leg of the tournament for the throne. While it can be seen as an open invitation to loot and pillage treasures of pagan faith while keeping the Sanctist officials' hands clean, some also note that it allows the Crown Theocracy to seize a veritable armory of dangerous weapons of unknown power, a worrying sign for the days to come. Okay. Also, I just realized it being a spear makes it perfect for Hulkenberg. So, I had a feeling that might be somehow connected. Montario Saints' Day. The largest Sanctus festival in the faith takes place every autumn in Altabury. Highly devout followers will go to great risk to make the pilgrimage at least once in their lives. According to religious scripture, God used his precious hands to bless the lands of the earth 4 times. The last of these blessings occurs in autumn, and the festival is held in celebration. The scriptures also teach that the monolith is evidence of God's favor upon the world, and that the plentiful grain harvest of the autumn shew the bounty and glory of his blessing. Okay, in here... don't know who we're finding in here. But someone, I'm sure. Hector. Oh, a watchdog often accompanying Glodell. Though he looks unerringly vicious, it's said he was originally a stray dog before being forcibly melancholized by Glodell's magic igniter. And then in here, should have something on this Principality of Montario. There we go. One of the Kingdom of Uchronia's 3 constituent countries, occupying its easternmost lands. Montaran capital, Altabury Heights, is a mountain city commonly blanketed in snow, occupying much land held sacred to sanctism. Infamous for its cold climate, Altabury's many prominent Roussant and Clamar noble houses boast a hearty resistance to chill. They enjoy a more direct political influence over Montario than other countries' aristocracies tend to wield, currently ruled by a rogue lord. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's head over here. Hello.
You are?
A divine lance, was it? That's some pagan crap, ain't it? Go ask one of them. Not a Clamar like me, eh?
Then...
Do you see any Mustari around here then? Someone who looks like they might know more about it? I told you, I don't know anything about it. Find a crowd and you can bet there'll be a Mustari or two. Now bugger off. I think they might avoid crowds of people if I'm honest. But maybe it's worth checking a tavern or something. You guys should check that tavern, huh? What about these two?
How fine.
All these able-bodied candidates gathering here for the Exhibition of the Brave. This is the best! I can't wait to see them showcasing their skills in the Colosseum. Those perfectly chiseled muscles straining against brutal beasts. Yeah, sure, but we've got to go eat beforehand, remember? So let's just tone it down for now.
Wonderful.
Okay. Hello.
So foolish.
You're that elder. You've got some nerve. How dare you show your face in front of a believer? You had the Sanctress executed simply to improve your status, didn't you? Immoral, blasphemous elder. And it's not just your filth. Lately there've been pagans loitering around despoiling these areas too. You tainted barbaric tribe shall be punished by His Eminence Forden and by God.
Hey there.
Wow, did you hear what he said through all that crap though? About there being pagans nearby? Ha, at least we got some here of his diatribe other than a headache. I wonder if one of them is still around. Let's search. Okay. Don't see anyone else around here. Oh, hello there.
Hang on. You're the one from the exhibition.
If you pledge your support for Jin, then you too could... Oh, a candidate. And not only that, but the impudent elder who dared to interrupt my speech. Have you come to interfere again? What's with the change in attitude?
No.
Earning the support is all that matters. What reason do I have to flatter a rival? Sheesh, what an obnoxious toad. What's the world coming to if a scuzzbucket like him can be a notable candidate? That worries me on two things. One, that the game included the word scuzzbucket, and two, that I said it without second thoughts, at least initially.
What am I gonna do?
Okay. Hello. I'm Mustari. No, I don't know anything, and I'm busy, so I'll be taking my...
Wait a second.
Hey, wait, anything's fine, so whatever info you have. You know, for a popular candidate, your information gathering methods are awfully amateur. You need to speak to anyone else before calling out to me.
What do you think you're playing at?
You can't just talk to a couple of people and expect to find what you're looking for. Print some legwork, talk to everyone, and don't be picky. With that said, you should choose the place you search carefully. There are plenty of working people too busy to give you the time of day. For me, I'd set off for a tavern and ask patrons to relax in there. That's all the help I have for you. Good day.
Let's see.
He's actually kind of nice, isn't he? Want to take his advice and head to a tavern?
Well met.
No? Well, I want to continue exploring everywhere.
Hey.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Yes, I want to head to the tavern. Because we've discovered everything we can here. I was wondering whether it would block me from leaving, basically. And the answer is yes, it would. Done that mumble before. That's fine. Head in here. It's obviously in the tavern, right? Like, obviously. Oh, hello. Excuse me. Oh, it's you two. Why address me while I am enjoying a meal? I'm a customer of this tavern, and I'm under no obligation to respond to any unfamiliar fairies. If you want to know something, it's common sense to ask an employee first. Do you disagree?
Sure.
No, I don't. Well then, let's talk to the lady who owns this place, shall we? I'm glad you understand. Good day to you.
I'm just incredulous.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
Hello.
Huh?
Can I help you? Something tells me you're not here to eat. Ever heard of a divine lance? A divine lance? I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask about that sort of thing. No, wait, someone outside was rambling on about that just a bit ago. A loud mask on. Must have been Mustari. He seemed awfully bothered about it.
Huh?
He was bothered about the lance. Sounds like he may know something. Any idea where he went? I believe he mentioned something about taking a boat to the island. He must have been headed towards the coast by the Merchant's Bazaar, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so...
If we hurry, we might be able to catch him. Let's head for the Merchant's Bazaar.
Hey,
Okay.
listen.
I'm heading there. At full speed. Don't you worry. Oh, hello.
Hey.
You're Mustari, right? Are you the one they were talking about in the tavern? We're trying to learn anything we can about the Divine Lance. Maybe you can fill us in?
You see.
Seek your answers from the chief, not me. He's set to return to the island via ship any moment now. Be wearing a mask and carrying a staff, both passed down for generations.
Then...
If that's the case, we better hurry to the Merchant's Bazaar and search for the person in a mask.
You're not serious.
And go.
Pardon?
Hello. Merchant's Bazaar. Okay, and...
What is it?
I saw the village chief a moment ago. I heard he was participating in a tournament, but he appeared genuinely upset. I wonder if everything's alright.
Did you hear?
Did you hear that? I don't think it's this guy, though. He's got to know something about the lance. Keep searching the Merchant's Bazaar. Okay. So, the thing says he's going to be to the left, so I'm going to go to the right. Anyone here who we can speak to?
Yeah, what's this, young man?
Nope, no one here we can speak to. That's fine. Down here we have some chats.
Wonderful.
Oh, we've already had that. That's fine. Nobody here. I guess we can look at the thing.
Stop!
Came to see the King's Rock.
Hang on. What if...
Okay, can we see ourselves on it yet? Not really. There's a coronation rock in the city too. I wonder how the rankings are doing. Hey, is that tiny little face yours? Not that anyone who doesn't know you personally would know it's you at that size. If people didn't know the King's magic protected you, I bet they'd find it hard to believe your face was in the top 20 now.
Besides...
First is Forden, as always. Luis is next, and after him is Godot. I guess the support for the top 3 outweighs pretty much everyone else. It's hard to tell considering how small the others are, but I can kind of make out Rella. Tells you how popular she is considering she's not even a candidate. Ah, there you go. There's the last person in the top 20 who wasn't there, is Rella.
Thou, 'tis in thy hands.
Okay. Oh, I got 17,000 mag? I forgot you get mag for visiting the King's Rock.
Now what am I to do?
Oh, I see.
How did I wind up here?
Liddell just stopped giving speeches after debating that elder candidate. Just like an underling to turn tail at the first sign of trouble.
Now what am I to wind up here?
I mean, it's because he's dead, but I guess they don't know that. Okay.
Well met, eh?
Hey, that Mustari over there.
I can't believe this. He would have them all take what they please. This same atrocity all over again. Damn him, and damn his crown theocracy.
He's in quite a state. Though I can hardly blame him, with everyone ordered to ransack his homeland. For now, how to approach him?
They really crossed a line. Let's just start ranting and see if he joins in.
They've really crossed a line.
Wait. You're not with the Sanctus Church. One of the few who aren't, it seems.
I don't know much about divine relics, but I know all too well what it's like to see your homeland threatened.
The divine relics are symbols of our faith. More than that, they are the soul of our culture, our history.
Followers of the old native beliefs worship idols that are known to conduct magic, which they call divine relics. But unlike the igniters of modern times, they are primitive in make and function, and often dangerous. So said my studies, at least.
Oh, far from it. Divine relics aren't primitive in the least. That's just Sanctus propaganda. Really, it's the opposite. Most of these relics are powerful beyond belief, and igniters are just our crude imitations of them. If you'd ever seen one yourself, you'd know the difference. They don't call them divine for nothing. With powers like that, they might as well have come from the gods.
You're that songstress. Didn't expect to hear all this from you, after what you said for the crowd.
Well, a job's a job. But as I'm sure you're aware, pagans aren't the only ones oppressed by the church.
You really are well informed. And it sounds like you know something of oppression. Did you perhaps come from the Mage Academy?
Details, darling. I've seen abuse of powers before, and I'd rather not see it again.
The other candidates seem bent on taking relics by any means necessary. But you all seem different.
To be fair, we are looking for one. The only relic we know by name right now is Draco Dios.
The Lance of the Dragon God. So that's why you came up to me. I suppose anyone would want our homeland's greatest treasure. The Lance is no secret we're trying to hide. Truly, I hope mainlanders come by the scores to see it. Our village is on an island in the World Tree's embrace, where the Dragon God sleeps. On a clear day, you can see it from this land.
An island across the ocean. You mean Virga Island, then? 'Tis a large island in the inland sea. Most of its inhabitants are Mustari, and it remains the only place in the land where sanctism has not taken root.
I'm not out to abolish sanctism myself. I just don't want everything we believe in to be destroyed.
So that's why you're in this race.
I thought I could change the world. And then I saw the truth. What a fool I was. I've not introduced myself yet, have I? My name is Edeni. Take my advice. Forget about Draco Dios. We can't hand it over, and you'll never reach it anyway.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? No ship would carry you there, among the first of many reasons. Even so, it's no place for an outsider. It's time I stopped chasing a fool's dream. I need to face reality. And if you're smart, you'll do the same.
Well, sounds like Draco Dios is on Virga Island somewhere. Is there really no ship passage there? This is the biggest port in the kingdom.
'Tis true. His words reminded me. Thanks to both sea currents and cultural tensions, the only merchant ships passing Virga Island embark from Montario.
But Montario's on the other side of the bloody sea. You can't seriously be suggesting we go there first and then loop back to Virga. We'd never make the deadline.
Then let's ballywell conquer this inland sea ourselves. Don't worry, chums. I'm on the job.
You got the flying working then?
You worried about Lady Junah? Actually asking this time, not just prodding.
Shut up.
Tell. You still don't trust them, do you?
How can I? We've only known them for a matter of days. Look, the whole Gladell mess, you really think they're innocent?
Then let's go with them, yeah? Me and you. You do whatever makes sense to you, Del. You know I'll follow wherever you go.
You never could keep your mouth shut, eh?
Okay.
What the?
Well, he didn't get the flying working, but he got the aquatic part of our ship working. Or our runner. Floater? I don't know if I want to call it a floater.
Wait a second. You're not saying this thing can sail now?
Quite right. While you lot were hobnobbing at old Luis's soiree, I had his runner all to myself. And believe you me, I got quite an eyeful. Came away full of ideas. After all, this old girl wasn't designed as a land runner alone. All about modular design, don't you know? Flexible jointage. So I did a bit of tinkering.
But why? We'd not even spoken of the island until moments ago.
Island Schmeiland, milady. Look at the map. What's our shortest route to Montario, eh? A straight shot through the inland sea.
Huh. The man has a point. That never dawned on me.
Besides, I've kept my ears open, what? Here there be monsters and all that rot? You'll need more than a ship for these waters. You'll need a proper sea runner.
Oh, right. Nearest, you weren't at the exhibition, so you wouldn't know.
Forden already killed the big sea monster out there. It had a huge head.
Really? Don't tell me you're making the trip in that.
Why are you two here?
Bodyguard duty, Lady Junah. We're along for the ride, especially since you're bound for some remote wild island.
These poor newcomers are working so hard and you still can't trust them. Or is it me you don't trust?
We're here on Master Luis's orders. I'm sure I don't have to outline the pecking order there. Or do you have a problem with us being around?
Rather. We're running short on beds.
Oh, don't worry. Del doesn't take up as much space as me.
Oh, belt up. Besides, you really expect this rust bucket to survive a night at sea?
If you don't like it, leave. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Looks like we're crewmates then. Not unlike a sea voyage for a bit of fun, yeah?
This is a fine mess. Wasn't expecting them along. What do you think their angle is?
They're big on sailing. Yep, they're big on... That's it, 100%.
Maybe they just like the ocean?
Use your head, you dolt. This won't be a pleasure cruise with them around.
Suppose that's that, eh? I'll do a last check on her amphibials, make sure she's shipshape. Give me a shout when you're ready.
Okay. Memorandum. Edeni. The young chief of the Mustari village on Virga Island. A rare progressive amongst the Mustari, he left the island to participate in a tournament for the throne in order to shed light on the island's customs and treatment of the tribe. However, disappointed by the theocracy's crushing dominance as spearheaded by Forden, as well as by his own powerlessness in the face of it, he decides to withdraw. Okay, so this must be something to do with the island, I'm assuming. Somewhere. Fall of the Mage Academy. Oh no. An armed conflict several years ago when the Royal Mage Academy located in northern Ontario was forcefully closed by the combined forces of the State Army and the Crown Theocracy's Monk Army. Records indicate that the casualties involved were equivalent to a small-scale war. The official reason given for mobilizing against the Academy was that their research endeavors had crossed into outright sedition, including seeking to tame a dragon without the kingdom's authorization. In truth, the incident was orchestrated by Forden, who sought to keep the dogma, historical accounts, and igniters of the Crown Theocracy from being undermined by advanced magical research. The infamously dire number of casualties was not actually a product of armed combat, but caused by the thoughtless destruction of the artifacts under research, which drove the Dragonair to an indiscriminate rampage. Ultimately, the incident proved wholly self-destructive for both sides. Yeah, so more in the Mage Academy. And then in here, Divine Relic. Ancient relics with a power similar to igniters. They are passed down within indigenous communities with distinct religious beliefs apart from sanctism. According to the Crown Theocracy, they are called divine relics because they are treasured as religious objects representing the divine or the ancient divinity. But Junah says the truth is hardly so simple. There's more in here. Okay. Draco Dias. The divine relic Luis ordered the party to acquire. The Mustari villagers of Virga Island regard it as a sacred object containing the spirit of the dragon god, a deity of the islanders' faith. The islanders are unlikely to hand over such an heirloom to an outsider, and yet we need it. Okay. Well, I think it's time to go, right? In a new save, but yeah, I think it's time to go. Let's do that save, and I think we'll end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.